Hi everyone. If you're watching this video, that means that you're ready to tackle step 2. Step 2 in this project is all about creating. So you've selected your title, you have your research done, now it's time to select the type of project you'd like to use or the model you'd like to use in order to showcase what you've learned. So the first thing you're going to want to do in this step is to click on number 1, and that's the project choice board. Clicking on this is going to take you to another Google Slides deck. Looks just like this. If you go to slide 2, I've given you 8 choices. I'll move myself over here. I've given you 8 choices for a project. The first one being Canva. You can use Canva to tell us to create an informational poster about what you've learned. Below here, you'll notice that I've linked some instructional, informational videos, some tutorial videos that will show you how to use each of these resources. And then the larger bolded link here will take you directly to the Canva website to start creating. Similarly to that, I've linked very helpful resources for our next resource, our next project option, and that's Google Slides. So you can also, for this project, create a Google Slides presentation showcasing what you've learned. Again, like Canva, I've linked some tutorial videos there for you for help. Over here on the left side, I'm going to cover the two not technology-based resources and project options that you can use. And that's creating a poster, similarly to Canva, but using Poster Board, and also creating a model, whether that be a diorama, some sort of working model that you create yourself, some sort of sculpture, whatever it may be. Those are both not as technology-based as the other options, hence why they have no links. Moving on here towards the middle of our choice board, you can write and record a speech using Screencastify, talking about what you've learned. Again, below I have linked a tutorial video. You can create your own website using Google Sites about what you've learned. You can also create a video using WeVideo outlining what you've learned. WeVideo and Screencastify can be very similar, is that they both can record you. However, WeVideo has really awesome tools and different features and sound effects and things that you can use, as well as you can implement a green screen into your work for that. So if you're looking for more information on WeVideo, you're going to want to click that link below there. Lastly, our last choice here, number 8, is creating an informational essay using Google Docs, talking about and discussing what you've learned. Again, like all of these others, I've linked some information here, our resources, and some tutorial videos that will help you out. Now, just because you've selected your project does not mean you are done. You need to go to the last slide in the slide deck, and we're going to read the directions together carefully. Once you have decided on your project idea, I'm asking that you please add a sticky note to the Classroom Jamboard. On the sticky note, you're going to need to include your name, your project title, and the type of project from the choice board that you're going to be submitting. Not only is this easy for other peers in your class to read and understand what you're researching versus what they're researching, but it's also helpful for someone like me, the teacher. I now know what students are working on what and what type of project they're going to be submitting in the Padlet at the end of this. So I have the Jamboard here linked twice. If you click on it, it will open right up. And you'll see here I have the directions written on another sticky note. In order to add your own sticky note, you need to click the sticky note button over here in the toolbar. It gives you a bunch of different options for colors. You may choose whatever you'd like. But for example, you're going to want to put the 3 things, and I'll show you in my own terms. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is write my name. It's also, and I should really add here, with Jamboard, you don't want to hit enter with your jams. Otherwise, it will automatically submit it, and you'll just have random sticky notes everywhere. So you can just use a comma and make a quick list. So I put my name there. Perhaps my project is all about cats. So I'll write that there. And perhaps I'm going to do this, my final project, I'm going to submit it by creating a Google Sites. So I'll write Google Sites. And then I click Save. So if I go like this, then you'll see my sticky note there, and you'll see the sticky notes of your peers. So again, this is a great way to just check in with your teacher and let them know what project you are working on. That way it's all honed in on one thing, and it's pretty interesting because you'll be able to see what other students are working on as well. Moving back to step 2, creating the topic. You see that here, in case you missed the Genius Hour Jamboard in the Google Slides, you can always access it here as well. This is just a simple reminder for you. So step 1 and step 2 in this project, in step 2 creating, are very similar. Again, it's super, super important that you submit that Genius Hour Jamboard sticky note to me, the teacher. The last thing you're going to want to consider, and this goes really hand in hand with everything that makes up step 2, is the Genius Hour project rubric. Now again, this is something that was mentioned at the very beginning, and it's also linked up, if you scroll up, to the very top at the start. You're going to want to keep looking at this rubric throughout the project, but especially now that you're working on the project. So if you open this up, it's simply just a PDF that showcases the scoring rubric that the teacher will be using. Now, obviously the goal here is to score in the 5s, but you will be rated proficiently against organization, your productivity, your research, and your presentation and reflection. So what's really important with these projects is that as a teacher, I really want you to have fun and I want you to enjoy it, while also showcasing some information. So please take a look at this rubric and really try to ask yourself, how can I reach that level of proficiency? How can I score all 5s on this? I'd like to score as close to a 20 as I possibly can on this project. So again, the rubric is just something you're going to want to revisit every once in a while to kind of check in on your own progress and to self-assess yourself as the project continues. So I'm looking forward to the submissions in step 3, so keep up the great work.